Okay, so number one, so we have two quadrilaterals here, quadrilateral ABC. So the first thing I want to do is just draw this. So I've got quadrilateral ABCD, and then looks like PQRS is going to be smaller, so I'm going to draw it a little bit smaller. PQRS. Okay, it says that AB is 20, that BC is 16, that PQ is 12, and that QR is 10. And so it wants to know the scale factor, all right? So to get from here to here, all right, so 20 times what is 12? Okay, and so the way to do that is just to put 12 over 20, right? I mean, it's just simple math. So 12 divided by 20. What is 12 divided by 20? It's 3 over 5, or if you get that as a decimal, it's 0.6. Okay, but here's the thing. This one's kind of a trick question here because, all right, 16 times what gives you 10? Okay, and the way to do that is just do 10 over 16. Okay, this actually simplifies to 5/8, so this is like 0.6, and this one's what? 0.625. So are those two the same thing? Okay, no, so here's the thing. To get from 20 to 12, you have to multiply by 0.6. But to get from 16 to 10, you have to multiply by 0.625. So are you multiplying by the same thing to get to both numbers there? No, you're multiplying by different numbers. So like I said, this is a trick question. These two are not similar to each other, okay? These two are not similar. This is not a dilation. When there's a different scale factor to go, for different sides, then that means something got stretched wrong and it's not a dilation. They're not similar to each other. Okay, number 2, given the choice between doing an oral and written report, 28 of the 38 chose to do an oral report. Okay, so 28 chose to do it that way. So how many of them chose to do the written report? 10. Okay, so 10 chose to do the written. And then 28 chose to do the oral report. So it's asking what's the ratio of written to oral. So it's 10 to 28, which means if you simplify that, 5 to 14. Okay, next one, number 3, says if these two triangles are similar, find angle C. Now this is just like in congruence, the order matters, so A matches up to angle D, angle B matches up to angle E, and angle C matches up to angle F. All right, so what I'm looking for here is angle C, so C matches up to F. And so if I know how big angle F is, I know that angle C is the same, because when two things are similar, the angles are the same. All right, sides are proportional. So how could I find this angle right here, angle F? Okay, those have to add up to 180. So 53, 65, and what add up to 180? It's what? 62. It's 62. So this angle is 62, which means the angle that corresponds to it, angle C, is 62 degrees. Okay, 3 sides of a triangle are in the ratio of 3 to 4 to 5. So... all right, so we have 3 to 4 to 5. So for every 3 parts here, okay, so for every 3 parts on that side, it's 4 parts on this side, it's 5 parts on this side. Okay, so the sides are in a ratio of 3 to 4 to 5 if the shortest side is 15. So the 15 is going to match up to which one of those up there?
3.
To the 3, right? So how does 3x relate to 15? How do you get... times 5, right? So up here, 4 times 5 gives us what?
20.
25. And then this one's going to be 25. And so then for the perimeter, we have to add those all up. 15 plus 20 plus 25. We just got a 60 units as the perimeter. Okay, in a rectangle, the ratio of the length to width is 7 to 2. So kind of a long, skinny triangle here. So it's 7 to 2. So for every 7 parts on this side, it's 2 parts on this side. Okay? All right. Now, this says that the perimeter is 72. So what does the perimeter mean?
When the sides are all of it.
It means all of them together. So I need to think about all of these sides. And since it's a rectangle, I know that, the opposite sides are congruent to each other. So 7x, 7x, 2x, and 2x. And the perimeter is going all the way around. So what am I doing? I'm adding all those up. So 7x plus 2x plus 7x plus 2x equals up to 72. And so that's right. 18x equals 72. Divided by 18, and x equals what? 4. All right, and the question is, what is the width? So 2 times 4 is 8 units. Okay. But this is the one I want. It's 8. Okay. Model of a lighthouse is, I'm just going to draw this as a cylinder. I don't know what else to do. So we have the diameter is 10 inches. The height is 24. And then on the actual one, it's 24 wide. And we want to know how tall it is. Okay. So just setting up proportion here. So 10 is to 24. As 24 is to x. So when we cross multiply, we get 576 equals 10x.
5.6.
Divide by 10, and x equals 57.6. Okay, on the next one. So on this one, we're just going to draw, all right, one that's similar to it, and we're just going to choose some scale factor, okay? I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to say a scale factor of 3. So if we have a scale factor of 3, how long is this side over here going to be?
15.
15. Scale factor of 3, how long is this side going to be?
60.
60. Scale factor of 3, how long is this side going to be?
24.
24. And scale factor of 3, how long is this side going to be? 72. So remember, all I'm doing is I'm just taking all of these, multiplying all of these by 3 is how I'm getting those numbers. Okay? Remember, that's what scale factor is. It's the number I use to dilate this figure. It's the number I multiply all those numbers by to get a new shape, whether it makes it bigger or smaller. In this case, since the scale factor is more than 1, it's going to make it bigger. Okay. Quadrilateral ABCD, and on this one it's like, looks something like this. So we have A, B, C, D, and then we have W, X, Y, Z. Okay, AB is 18, CD is 12, WX is 9, and YZ, XY is 6. And what I'm looking for is YZ, this one right here. Okay, we could go through all that, but it's easy to see this. All right, going from here to here, what happened? It's half of it, right? So that's the way that relates to that, is the new one is half of the first one. So on this one, it's half of that. So what's it going to be? It's going to be 6. Half of 12 is 6. Okay, on these, I'm going to redraw these two triangles so I can see this better. All right, so I'm starting off with drawing this small triangle right here, right now. Okay, so what angle is this then?
Right.
Yeah, but what's the name of it?
Q.
It's Q, okay? And then I'm going to put angle P up here and angle M right here. Okay, now I'm going to draw the larger one. So on this one, basically, I'm forgetting about this, and I'm just thinking about this whole big one now. Okay. So on the big one, which angle is the right angle?
L.
L. Okay? So that's the easy part now. We got to figure out what matches up to what now. Top one's what?
M.
Okay, well think about this. M is right here. What's got to go right here?
M.
It's got to be M, right? M has to match up to M. It's going to be congruent to itself. And that means the N has to go right here. Okay, now let's put some numbers on here real quick. So PQ right here is how long? 8, that goes right here. How long is LN? 20, that goes right here. And then how long is QM? Is 10, that goes right there. And we're looking for LM, so my X goes right there. So from here now, it's just simple proportion. So 8 is to 20 as 10 is to X. And so 200 equals 8X. Divide by 8. And what does that give you? 25. 25. Okay. Is a 5.2 by 4.5 rectangle similar to a 10.4 by 9 rectangle? Okay. To get from 5.2 to 10.4, what do you have to do? You multiply by 2, right? That's times 2. How do you get from 4.5 to 9? Times 2. So are you using the same scale factor? Yes, that tells me that those two are similar, okay? So those are similar. Now, is a 5.2 by 4.5 or similar to a 15.6 by 12.5?
Yes.
Okay, to get from 5.2 to 15.6, what do you have to do?
Times 3.
It's timed exactly by 3. Okay? But if you do 4.5 times 3, what do you get? If you do 4.5 times 3, what do you get? 13.5, not 12.5. So those two are not similar, okay? These are not similar because you have to multiply them by a different number there. There's not a constant scale factor, so that means that those are not similar. It got stretched out in a weird way there. Okay, on this next one. All right, so these two angles are congruent. Angle bisector, so it splits it proportionally. So on this one, 3x minus 1 is to 5, as 2x plus 4 is to 4. And then we cross multiply there. So what is 5 times 2x plus 4? 10x plus 20. And what is 3x minus 1 times 4? 12x minus 4. Okay, and I'm not going to work all that out, but if you, I'll go through it quick. Subtract 10x, that gives you 2x minus 4 equals 20. Add 4, 24 equals 2x, divided by 2, x equals 12. Okay, number 12. So on this one, x is to 3 as what? As 8 is to 5. So 24 equals 5x, divided by 5, and x equals 4.8. Okay, on the back. All right. So on this one, a 4-foot tall fence post casts a shadow that is 1.5 feet long. At the same time, a nearby flagpole casts a 21-foot shadow. We want to know how tall that flagpole is. All right, so again, just a simple proportion. 4 is to x, as 1.5 is to 21. So 1.5x equals 84. And is it 56? Yeah? Okay. 156 feet. Okay. So number 14, I'm looking for CE right here. And there's different ways to do it, but this is the way I would do it. So how long is that whole side over there, CA?
24.
It's 24, just to add those up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 24 is to 20 as 36 is to x. So 24 is to 20 as 36 is to x. So when we cross multiply, we're going to get 24x equals 720 divided by 24. And is it 30?
Yes.
Okay, number 15. So we're looking for FH right here to make these parallel. So they have to be proportional. 8 is to 5 as 3 is to x. So 15 equals 8x. And so it's going to be like 1.875. Okay. Bless you. On this one, same thing. It's just 4 is to 3x minus 1 as 5 is to 2x plus 4. So you get 15x minus 5 equals 8x plus 16. So that gives you 7x on that side, 21 on that side, so x should equal 3. Okay, number 17, what's the scale factor from B to A? That's important. The direction, the order, this matters. We're going from B to A. So on B, I'm just looking for a side that's easy to count. So this one right here, that's good. How long is that side on B?
3.
3. That same corresponding side on A is how long?
4.
4. So I'm going from B to A. So 3 times what gives me 4? 3 times what gives me 4?
1.33.
Or you could think about it like this. 3 times what gives me 4? All right, it's just a simple problem. Divide by 3 on both sides. X equals 4/3. Okay, it's just that new over old thing. 4 over 3. It's that easy. Okay, on this next one, so the 11 is going to be to what? Okay, so the 11 is to the 20x as the 20 is to 55. Okay, so we get 605 equals 400x. Okay, so you get about 1.51. Okay, so if you have a triangle that's similar using a scale factor of 4. So this side over here is 60. The other one would be 144. And then 156. Okay, you have a triangle with sides of 3, 4, 5. And I'm just going to rearrange these numbers to make sense here. Just put them in order 6, 8, 11. Would those two triangles be similar to each other?
No.
Okay, 3 times what gives you 6? Times 2. So I'm saying the scale factor is 2 on those, so it's got to be the same across all of them. Okay, 4 times what gives me 8? Times 2, so that's still good. But, nope, that does not work. It's times 2 point something, so it's not a similar, or not a constant scale factor across all of those. So that tells me those two are not similar. Okay, on this last one, you have a rectangle that's 45 by 35, and a similar rectangle that's 9 by, we're looking for the width. Okay, so to me, the way I see this is divided by 5. Divided by 5 means this is going to be 7.